Hello, welcome to Show Your Talent International Promotional Segment. I'm your friend Yaldram, and as you know that this show is about normal people, normal promotion, cross-country, international, from one country to other country. There's so many gaps in between. People want to know each other. There's so many people I know who are watching me from India today as well, from Pakistan. They have received some emails, some Bahrain they're watching, US guys, and of course who are watching us live in all over UK, Europe. For them as well, that if you want to be here, right, exactly where I'm sitting, so this is a place, we have no boundaries, and the objective of this program to actually introduce you, make you known, and give you a chance to introduce yourself to the markets which do not know you or which you want to know, and express about yourself. People I know on the other side, they have a lot of questions and they have a lot of confusion about different things, how the things work about movie industry, singing, dancing. So here people come and demonstrate and make it easier for you to access them. And many programs, many people have been picked up from many programs. We don't stop anyone. If you want to contact anyone performing in our show, just contact on www.venustv.tv, and we'll be very happy to pass on the details this way or that way. Today we got someone very interesting. Actually, we got few very interesting people from the very high media industry side, which we call as movie and filmmaking. And best thing I think, maybe instead of I introduce you, the best thing you can tell about yourself. We have Mr. Walterman here today, who is a Hollywood, Italian, and Brazilian film director. So how are you, Mr. Walton? And please tell about yourself.
Thank you to be in your program. I watch your program quite often. It's a great pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Walterlan Mendanha. I'm a film writer, director, photographer, and I'm here to tell a little bit more about myself and to explain to the audience what's the job we do, and about filmmaking, crew, lighting, and any other questions they have online, they can send it over or call directly to Venus TV, and we're going to be answering tonight.
Okay, and there are a lot of questions I'll be asking as an audience, because this is something I want to learn as well. So I consider myself in a place of, let's to start with, maybe a financer, say, to start with.
That's a big point. Yeah.
Well, these are the questions, because I know a lot of my friends actually they are in the industry, and some people they are not in the industry but they want to come into the industry. They got finances but they don't know. There are a lot of fears. They don't know who to contact, what is involved, how it all works. So these are the people who are looking for people like yourself, and I'm pretty sure that you'll be looking for the people like themselves as well. They're financiers, they're actors, they're models. And again, because cross-country thing, cultural issues, availability of different talent at the same place. So this is all about sharing resources from your side to them side. So from a financer point of view, what is the role you can play? How you can make a financer comfortable? What you can do for that?
That's the biggest problem you have in a production, because when you start to put a production together, to get the finance, it's really hard, because someone is trusting their money technically to you or to your production. So you have to come up with a really good idea. You have to have the plan in place, everything set before you actually go out there and look for a finance. You have a lot of small companies, they can help you out with that, a lot of agencies. So my best advice is just like find out some of the agencies that can help you out with that, putting a plan together, obviously with the screenwriter and everything, and submit to any finance who would like to help you out with your production. That's the first step.
Okay. In terms of your availability, flexibility, are you willing to work with any country? For example, if I just send you or somebody call you, if I'm the financer, or maybe I'm the, some kind of resource I've got, where I've got a possibility to make a movie, and I contact you, and you just get to any country, for example, in the world, at your own. So can you manage the situation, or you have to take a few things with you?
No, this is absolutely fine, because the diversity of filmmaking, that's all about that. It's about diversity and to working with different countries, different people, sometimes interesting projects. That's a bit challenging, and that's what we're looking every time to improve ourselves, get something better out there. You know, as a photographer, videographer, sometimes this flexibility just opens a lot of doors, and there's people, they look for different roles on the crew, and when you get a very nice crew together, that's how the movie really come out, really pop ups in the market, and you really can see the difference between a normal production and a very high quality production.
Okay. So both from the financial point of view, maybe this is my last question from that point.
Okay.
Of course, for example, if I'm a fundraiser or somebody, they want to make a movie, a good movie, and they rely on you. What are the chances, what are the risks which they should know, or you would advise them to keep in mind?
Right. Yeah, that's there is risk in everything you do. Even when you walk the street, there is risk.
That's true.
But when you have a good script in hands and you got a good director, the risk is minimized a bit. So the chance for you to lose money on a production is below zero sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But there exists that the risk is out there. So it's really sometimes it's a gamble, but you have to choose the right person to guide you through the right script, the right crew, and the right director to point you in a right direction. That's my advice.
Excellent. And this was the from the audience point of view, the question was put on you. Now, what will be your requirements or the things you'll be looking for when you go to make a movie? Of course, other than finances, is the resources. What type of resources should be there?
First thing I would be looking at is someone to look their previous work. I know it's a bit awkward. People say, "Oh, but I never worked before. I want to break into it." But unfortunately, that's a kind of how things work, and you need to know a previous work because you're not going to trust anyone on your crew to do a production. Sometimes put your name on the line to get some amateurs. That's a different roles you can play. So sometimes people, they just want to learn, so they tag along, or they try to improve themselves a little bit more. But the main thing is looking for the right key elements on the crew, because when you cast someone for production, right, you're looking to what they've done before, what they can achieve, if they're willing to be flexible with the production, if they're willing to go all the way, and that's what you'll be looking at.
Okay, so that is related to the production cues. In a sense, we can say that your requirement, they should be professional enough to do the job.
Definitely.
In terms of artists, what type of people would you be considering, or how do you pick them up? What's involved? There's so many people who are watching us at the moment who are models, and they actors. Some are new, some are completely novice.
Yeah.
Some are very experienced. But I know some people, they definitely have got some born talent maybe, or they have the capability of doing it. I'm not really sure whether it's to do with the hard work or with the born capabilities. Everybody has got the capabilities. So what's your criteria in terms of picking someone up? Is it to do with the characters, or?
Sometimes it's all about the role they're gonna play, because you're not gonna cast anyone for production if they're not suitable. When you have the team crew and they are choosing an actor, the actor has to make you believe they actually can play their role, and the audience as well. The audience has to believe, has to be as real as possible. So when we do audition, they actually need to improve themselves, and that's the key word. They have to all day, every day train and try to improve themselves, because that's the main thing.
And one more question, very important one, is when you make movies, of course you're dependent on writers, so these are all very specialized talents.
Right.
And I learned that you have got all those specialized talents in yourself. You are a writer as well, you're a producer as well,
Yeah.
and you're a film director yourself. So this is very all-in-one. So how do you manage all these specialized areas at the same time?
Well, usually they go very close together, especially when you start to learn and start to study. You realize everything, they kind of go together. So to understand the whole production, you have to understand a bit of everything. And to be a good director or a screenwriter, you need to know what you're doing. Even to work with the post-production, you have to know how that's going to look like, how the scene is going to look like in the end. Because when you make right? That the moment, because that's what we do, we make the moment. When we make the moment, you need to know how that pre-production is gonna look like in the end, especially with the 3D animation those days, green screen, special effects. And sometimes you don't have those key elements to work on the production. You need to visualize. You need to think three-dimensionally how it's going to look like. So to understand all that, you need to study, to work with the editing team, and it's kind of the whole body needs to understand together. That's why I know a bit of everything, and I'm trying to improve myself every day, learning, and I do different parts on a production.
So this is very interesting. I'm just thinking about it, how to absorb all that information, but it's very understandable. In terms of, again, when we come back to finances or the people with potential of making movies, of course, you can make it happen. Is this the quality of the movie or the quality of the script? It does matter as well. Like, for example, if you have gone to a place, for example, if right now you're in West, you're in Europe, and suppose tomorrow you go to Asia, is that something you have got something in your mind, some different idea, rather than following something which has already been done? So what would you do in that case?
Sometimes it's all about the producer, right? When they contact you and they want that project, they come with a script and they say, well, I need this project done. Is that possible? How you advise me? I already work with the different countries. I work with some people in the United States, in Brazil. I work for some newspapers in Brazil. I work for a TV channel in Italy. But it's as a freelancer, every time they need it, I submit my work. And this versatile, the way you present yourself, it's the key thing. But definitely, yeah, answering your question, I think that is not a problem at all to work in the different countries, because the way the thing is set, the way the production is set, it doesn't matter if it's here or in China, it's going to work the same. And for the production to be successful, you need to set those elements right. Okay. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
So one general question, as from the audience point of view, as a normal person, I want you to make a movie, and please come to Bollywood, Nollywood, Collywood, Hollywood. There's so many woods now. Actually, they do exist. I've just picked them up. Actually, they do exist. Suppose you go to Bollywood, for example. How much time will you take to understand the cultural things? Because if you are the writer yourself,
yeah.
So of course you have to make something. So what is your opinion about yourself, that how good you are in picking up, and maybe estimately for one movie to write a script to after the understanding of the cultures, so that it's suitable and it's likable?
Right. I won't lie to you, because sometimes the pre-production is longer than the production itself, because there is 3 stages. Right, you precast, you make everything ready. There's the day of the shooting, and then there's the post-production. So the beginning part and the ending part, they're the most difficult ones sometimes. Depends on the finance or the producer they are looking for. But I'm also available to work in any kind of industry, because I have this flexibility. I don't know if I can say here my website. I got my website as well. You can contact my agency, and this can be sorted.
Okay. And about the different cultures, again, have got different beauties. Have you ever seen the proper classical dancing, for example? We went to we do these shows in different countries as well sometimes. Last time we went to the core of some classical art. This is a city of Lahore in Pakistan, where I couldn't find it anywhere else, actually, that type of art. So is that something which you think is useful for something in future in terms of cross-integrated movies, diverse movies?
Definitely. I mean, every part of the world is so unique. People, sometimes they look to see that. And when you watch a movie, it's a totally magical. Sometimes you've never been to a place, and when you watch a movie, that's bring you to that place. So that's very important, to bring those cultures together and show them a little bit of this value, because people, they are interested to know more, even if they've never been there, but they like to know. And the only way they're going to connect to it, it's watching a movie, for example. Sometimes people, they watch a movie, they see the beautiful place, they never been there, but they want to go, and that's just how they're going to be connected.
So are you interested to see something very classic? Because I believe that you believe in some classical things.
Definitely.
The reason because I'm going to ask us to show something you got with you, which I've seen only in very old movies or in, what is this old classical camera have you got with you?
This is my, my lucky charm. I'll explain to you, because this is how everything started.
Believe me, this I've seen first time in my life, like in front of me.
Right.
Brilliant. How could you preserve it?
Yeah, oh, well, this is a family. My auntie, she gave it to me because when her brother passed away, she say, I want you to have this. This was his precious camera. And I thought, well, what am I going to be doing with that? Because I never had a passion for movie industry before. And she say, well, I want you to have it because he wanted you to have it. So that's how we started with a Super 8. The first, how can I say, cosmetic use video camera, professional video camera. And yeah, that's how everything started.
90s?
Yeah, maybe earlier than that. I think 70s, late
Whoa.
70s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, I think this is where we have talked about something classic because of shortage of the time, we have to show you something classical.
Right.
There's one very classical performance. I couldn't wait actually to see it myself and show you as well. There's extremely classical performance, and she claimed and she challenged us, and if anybody can perform like that, so she actually challenge it, so you can come and perform like that and send us your videos. And that she specifically said that this is for the movie directors and the people who are in the movie industries, like the global, like you yourself. So that's something she said that she may need your input afterwards. Is that something you think is worth doing it? So we will take you to Lahore, Pakistan, where Miss Mariam Ali Hussain, she's performing a very classical dance. So take you to Lahore.